On the edge of a busy city, where life moved in a rush and people often forgot to stop and notice the world around them, lived a boy named Aaron. He was just 12, thin from hunger, and always barefoot. His hair was a little too long, his clothes a little too torn, but his heart was bigger than anything you could ever imagine. Aaron lived with his mother in a small tin-roofed shack behind a garbage dump. His father had passed away when Aaron was just 6, and since then, the world had been a series of struggles, hunger, and survival. His mother did sewing work for pennies and Aaron helped by collecting scrap and plastic bottles from the streets. He didn't go to school. He had learned to read from old books he found in the trash. That was Aaron's world, tough, unforgiving, but strangely beautiful because of the goodness that lived in his soul. It was a summer afternoon, the kind that made the streets boil with heat. The sun burned mercilessly from above. Aaron had just sold a bag of collected plastic bottles and had earned 18 rupees. Not much, but enough to buy a piece of bread and maybe a cold drink. As he walked past a large shop with air conditioning pouring out through its glass doors, he paused. The thought of a chilled soda danced in his mind. Then something stopped him. Across the street, sitting on a broken bench under a rusted lamppost, was an old lady. Her gray hair was tangled and her skin wrinkled like dry leaves. She looked like she hadn't had a proper meal in days. People passed by her, ignoring her, some even turning their faces away. Aaron noticed her lips moving slowly, as if whispering something. Curious, he crossed the street. As he got closer, he could hear her faint voice. "Water. Can someone give me a little water?" Her words were barely audible, but they reached into Aaron's heart like a silent prayer. She looked up at him with tired eyes that held stories of years gone by, of pain and loss, and perhaps a little hope when she saw the boy standing there. Aaron didn't say a word. He looked down at the 18 rupees in his hand. That money was supposed to be for food for him and maybe a slice for his mother. But at that moment, something in him didn't care. He ran to the nearest shop. The owner looked at him with suspicion, like always, but Aaron pointed to a small bottle of cold mineral water. It cost 20 rupees. He was too short. "Please, sir," he begged. "I only have 18. She's very thirsty." The shopkeeper shrugged. Business was business. But just as Aaron turned away disappointed, a young woman who had been standing nearby stepped forward. "It's okay," she said, handing the man 2 rupees. "Let the boy have it." Aaron looked up at her, surprised. She smiled. "Go give it to her." He grabbed the bottle, whispered thank you, and rushed back to the old woman. As he unscrewed the cap and held the bottle to her lips, she drank slowly, each sip reviving her tired body. Her hands shook, but her eyes filled with tears. "Thank you," she said softly. No one stopped. No one listened. Aaron sat beside her for a while, shielding her from the sun with a cardboard piece he found nearby. She told him her name was Nanny, though it wasn't her real name. Everyone used to call her that in her building before her son left her on the streets. She used to be a schoolteacher once. Life had been different, but now she was forgotten. Aaron listened, nodding gently, offering her small comforts with his silence. After some time, the young woman who had helped in the store appeared again. She had followed Aaron out of curiosity, wondering where he would take the water. She saw him now, sitting beside the old lady, and something touched her deeply. She stepped closer. "That was kind of you," she said to Aaron. "What's your name?" Aaron looked at her and smiled shyly. "I'm Aaron. Do you live nearby?" "Yes, behind the garbage dump." She nodded. Then she turned to the old lady and knelt beside her. "My name is Anika. Would you like to come with me? I have a place. You can rest there." Nanny looked unsure, but Aaron nodded. "She's nice. You can trust her." With a little help, they got her to stand and into Anika's car. Before leaving, Anika looked at Aaron. "You did something amazing today," she said. "Would you like to come too? I can get you something to eat." But Aaron shook his head. "I have to go back. My mother will be waiting." Anika didn't press him. Instead, she gave him a card. If you ever need anything, come to this place. I work with an NGO that helps children like you. Aaron smiled, folded the card gently, and tucked it into his torn pocket. That night, he shared his story with his mother. She hugged him tight, her eyes moist. You did a good thing, Aaron. A very good thing. Days passed. Life continued. But Aaron kept that card with him like a treasure. Then one afternoon, when his mother fell sick and there was no money for medicine, he remembered Anika. He walked 5 kilometers to the address on the card. It was a large building, clean and busy. Anika wasn't there that day, but the staff recognized his name. They welcomed him, gave him food, and took him to a doctor for his mother's treatment. A week later, Anika returned. When she saw him, her face lit up. I've been thinking about you, she said. Would you like to go to school, Aaron? He hesitated. I never went before. That's okay. We'll help you start. And so began a new chapter. Aaron started going to school. Anika's organization helped him with clothes, books, and food. His mother began working part-time at the same place, sewing again with dignity. But Aaron never changed. He still helped others on the street. Still gave away his lunch sometimes. He said kindness was like a ripple, you never knew how far it would go. A year later, something unexpected happened. Anika called him into her office. There was someone here to meet you, she said. Aaron walked in, and there she was, Nanny. Her hair was combed, her clothes fresh, her face full of life. Hello, Aaron, she smiled. I wanted to thank you again. They hugged. She had found a home at the shelter and had started helping kids with their reading. Her life had changed because of a bottle of water and a boy who cared. News of the story spread. A journalist who had been volunteering at the NGO wrote about Aaron's act. The article went viral. Donations poured in for the NGO. People wanted to meet the boy who had given up his own comfort to help a stranger. But Aaron didn't care for fame. He cared that Nanny was okay. That his mother could smile again. That he could read stories and maybe one day write his own. He once said in a small interview, I didn't think it was anything big. She just needed water. Anyone would have done it, right? But the truth is, not everyone would. Sometimes, it takes a child who has nothing to show the world what having everything truly means. Years later, Aaron graduated with honors. He became a teacher, just like Nanny once was. And in his class, he never forgot to teach the most important subject of all, kindness. He tells his students that the world will ask for many things, money, power, success, but when someone asks you for water, remember that what they need most might not be water at all, but love, dignity, and someone to say, I see you. And so the boy who once walked barefoot became a man who walked tall, not because of riches, but because he carried the wealth of a kind heart. Today, Aaron continues to work with Anika's NGO. He teaches, he mentors, and every Sunday, he goes to the same street corner with bottles of cold water and sandwiches, just in case someone like Nanny is sitting under that rusted lamppost, whispering a silent prayer that someone might hear. This is the story of Aaron. And this is the power of one small act.